Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will move forward and we will try to implement the custom message body writer. So let's get started. Now friends, this particular application which is in front of you, this is the exact application which we have built in our last video. There is a small little change though. We have updated the path from nice to app. Now friends, as of now we are making use of this what we say media type text plain, and we are returning a string. Now a string can be easily converted to plain text, there is no issue. But for example, we create a new class. So I will highlight this package and we will create a new class. The name of the class would be name, very simple class. And inside this class we will have two properties. These would be string first name and last name. Alright, so this looks good, and we will also mark these as private. Alright, and finally let us also create a default constructor. Alright, so this looks good, this is perfect. And finally friends, in order to display the information on the console, we will simply override the toString method inside this particular class. This is a convenient thing. Using this toString method, we can directly print this particular object information in a human readable form. Good enough. Now for example, if I navigate to app and before printing this message I love REST on the web page, we will do what? We will simply print the object of name. So we will type in sysout and we will type in new name, and we will pass on first name as John and last name as Doe. Alright, so now our program is good enough, and let me quickly run this on the server. Let me show you the outcome. Alright, our application is up and running. Now let me navigate to chexrs/app path, and it will display I love REST, and in the console we get the output as first name John and last name as Doe. So take a note of it that in here we can indeed print the information directly by taking help of system.out.println. Now for example, I try to display this information on our web page by returning this to our web page. What happens? It will start complaining. It will say change the return type to name. Why? Because now it doesn't know how to convert it from name to string. What is the solution? Solution is quite simple. We will update the return type to name and we will save the changes, and everything is good enough. Now again, if we try to rerun this application on the server, then what will be the outcome? Here something interesting will happen. Definitely we will get a crash, even though the object of name can be easily converted as a string. We have the toString method, but again our application will crash because there is no conversion provided by chexrs. Alright, so now finally let us try to create a custom message body writer, and we will also discuss why message body reader, a custom message body reader, is usually not required. Alright, so now in here let me quickly create a package. We will give the name as org.studyeasy.messageBodyWriters. This is cool. Now inside this new package we would be creating a new class by the name of message body writer for name. Well, this is good. Now friends, in order to make this a message body writer, we will implement message body writer class. So it would be like message body writer, and as soon as we do this, there would be a error. We need to implement the unimplemented methods, but before that we can also take a note of this. This particular class is of raw type and we need to give a type. In this case the type is name. So first of all do this change and import the class of name, And once this is done, then try to implement the unimplemented methods. Let me expand this. Alright, so in here we have two methods, isWriteable and write2. We will talk about isWriteable first of all. This method will return a boolean value, true or false. If this returns a true, then only the write2 method will get executed. And inside this isWriteable method, we will simply check whether the object is of type name or not. That's it. Now friends, in order to compare, we will firstly take help of the type name, and it would be like name.class, and we will compare this with the type which we receive as a parameter of this method, which is type. This is the default name which is given by Eclipse. Alright, so this is good. Now inside this write2 method, we need to add the business logic, and rather this is again simple. Now before adding the business logic, let me quickly show you the name.java file. In this file, I have already added the default constructor. Take a note of it. And apart from that, I have also overridden the toString method, and we will make use of this toString method in our logic. Alright, now friends, the number of parameters for this method is definitely huge, and one of the most important parameter is this output stream. Now this particular parameter, this variable entity stream, will definitely contain the final data which we will write. So this is important. So it would be like entity stream dot write. So we will write the data, and we will write the data in the form of byte array. Alright, and in here, in order to write the data, first of all we need to read the data, we need to decode the data, and the data would be contained inside our variable t, which is of type name. So it would be like t dot toString, but definitely this write method needs to have the data in form of byte stream. So we will convert the entire string as a byte string, and we have a method for it which is getBytes, and our work is done. That's it. Now friends, till now we have added the business logic, but this particular message body writer will not get registered unless we add the annotation provider. So let me add it. So it would be like provider, and this will produce something, right? So let me add in the produces annotations again. Now friends, there are two things, message body writers and message body readers. As the name suggests, the message body writer will write the data. It will send the data to the client. It will produce the data. In contrast, the message body reader will convert the data which we receive and convert it to appropriate format based on the class. Now friends, when it comes to message body reader, we need not to worry about it, because if we have the class, Java will definitely convert it. So we need not to worry about conversion. But when it comes to writer, there are scenarios where we need to implement our own writer. So this is the example how we will implement our own writer, which is good enough. But when it comes to reader, we need not to worry about it. Java will handle it. Now friends, this particular class will produce the result for any media type. For example, we would like to implement for some specific media type, definitely we can implement that restriction as well. In our case, definitely we should add a restriction for plain text media type. So let us also do that. So in here it would be like media type dot text plain. Alright, so this looks good to me, and now finally we can run our application. Everything is in place, and I'm pretty sure that our application should run perfectly. Meantime, our application path is jaxrs and our app path is app. So take a note of it. Alright, so our application is up and running. Let us navigate to our appropriate URL, and here is the output. Perfect. So everything is working properly. This is good, this is nice, and we were successful in creating a fully functional custom implemented message body writer. So this is nice. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.